invented really of getting bees off frames into top bar hives. And essentially you start with a national frame, let's say, which is like that, okay? And ideally you're talking about a relatively undeveloped nucleus colony in, say, I don't know, early May maybe. Yeah? So you've got a patch of brood in the middle, you've got a bit of nectar at the top, maybe a bit of pollen around the brood, and then a lot of empty comb on the sides, right? If it's like that, that's an ideal scenario for doing chop and crop, because then what you do is you get a friend, a good friend, with a pair of pruning shears, and you chop through the bottom bars, which are quite thin and flimsy, so it's easy to do. Chop through the bottom bars. You take a bread knife, and you saw up the sides inside the side of the frames, along the bottom, and up the other side. So that the comb is now only attached to the top bar. All right. Then you, having cut through the bottom bars, you take the sides and you break them off. Okay, so now you've got a rectangular piece of comb attached to a top bar. You take a pair of scissors and you take a follower board. There's your follower board, and you either light, well, preferably not light down because there's going to be bees all over it. So this is all done with bees still.
They actually abandoned it fairly quickly when we started messing about with it.
To do. But you've got to, if you have in your head the profile of that comb, of that follower, you get your scissors and you go
through the bees.
Well, the bees
not the actual bees, no.
Oh, they move away?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Never done this before.
No. I would suggest you brush them off the bits where you're going to cut at least, yeah. If you don't brush them off, they tend to move out of your way anyway, because then you cut in half. So basically you're just reshaping this comb to fit that profile. Having done that, you can then just put it straight into the top bar hive. Okay? The only difference being that the top bar itself will be narrower than these top bars, because that's how...
You just need a little filler.
So
cover it with...
Actually, yes, you can do that. You can do that. Or, in fact, what we've been doing is simply getting a piece of the stuff that people use for cross stitch. It's like a heavy kind of tapestry type material, and it's starched, and the bees won't chew through starch material. They don't like it. So you just put that over the top to cover the gaps, and the bees will then fill it with propolis and seal up the top.
You've just got to make sure that they're the right distance apart.
Yes, because by removing the sides, you've actually removed the spacing as well, the automatic spacing. So you have to just, and the easy way to do that is to take a top bar, and so that will be the centre of one, and this is the centre of the next, and that gives you the spacing. Or you can make a little gauge or some fancy gizmo.